You hear that bird? Where is it? I think that was it a woodpecker? 100,000 subscribers, folks. That's ridiculous. I noticed it seemed to crawl along for a while because I was definitely like, oh, I want to hit it by this date and that date. And then once I stopped sort of worrying about the date, that's when everyone came. As soon as I hit 99,000, everyone sort of started coming. Look at this. What am I supposed to do about that? Let's take a different path. So anyway, I think it was something like, if you've read the book, it was like 150,000 views in the entire first season of LFR. So it's like close to 100 videos. This was not very many. So the channel has grown exponentially over the years. I'll walk backwards so we can see the pups. It all just looks like trees. Whoop. And thank you. Thank you if you've been here for 12 years. Thank you if you've been here for 12 seconds. Hey, you like the playoff beard? It's gross. It's not very good. I wish my beard featured more face, but it does not. A lot of neck. Not a good ratio. That's my peacock. I got really good at it when I worked at the zoo. I used to be able to get the peacock to call back to me. Jesus, Tyler. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot oh, Jesus, I did it again. Okay. That's $100 for the Marner jar, buddy. What did that even say? Congratulations, keeping an all-around great person. I don't know about that. This is the kind of person that makes an amazing difference. And guess who he's talking about? This guy right here. Iggy Dude Dangle. He's a good dog with good picks. Actually, it should be pointed out that I'm pretty sure both dogs are completely kicking the snot out of me in their playoff pool. I know at least one of them had Columbus. Might have been two. And, I mean, they got us all beat there. Don't get lost in the forest. Let me tell you something, Sonny. I know this forest like the back of me hand. Been here many times before. I'll be here many more if I'm lucky. Why am I a Death Eater from... Oh. I'm listening to the Deathly Hallows right now. Iggy! Come! Oh, here he comes. Look at this Narnia looking... Yeah! I love this place. Oh, the mess. Oh, the messy puppy. What Hogwarts house am I? I'm a Hufflepuff. I think, to the surprise of no one. Because I'm not very smart. I don't know about brave. I don't know about ambitious. So that would certainly put me in the tried and true Hufflepuff category of the rest. Offensive zone draw, and if October games don't mean anything, nobody told John Tavares. Look at him battle for this face-off win. The man looks like the panicked Mr. Krabs meme. The puck squirts to William Nylander, he waits a little bit, and he puts it on. Bobby McMahon, lasers firing from his eyes, tips it in. The man who's got a rip-roaring shot doing the things that you need to do. He's big. It's like someone told him, hey, you know you're big, right? And he's like, no, I'm not really big. And it's like, Bobby, you hang around Matthew Nyes too much. Yes, you are. You might not look that big next to Chuck McAngus, but you are. And he decided he didn't quite go to the net, but it's go to the slot. He does go to the slot, and Lane Hudson is an extremely gifted, talented, skilled player who is going to have a long and fruitful NHL career, but he doesn't even have a hand on Bobby. Tipping pucks in is hard, but it's a lot easier when nobody around you is doing any. You know, man, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I think game 2 is a little early for a full-blown crash out, don't you? That is why you are the one with the hat, and I am Steve. Is that an insult or a compliment? Yes! From outside the SAP Center in San Jose, California, Sharks win! 6-5 in the shootout over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are we happy, Sharks fans? Leaf fans, don't worry. I'm going to take my rightful place wallowing in misery. Because the Leafs lost, people are shouting catchphrases at me because Joseph Woll did a thing, and I didn't enjoy that thing very much. For a while, it was the game-winning goal. The Leafs go on a losing streak. How do we feel about that? I forgot it's a mixed bag. Then they go on a winning streak. How do we feel about that? Mixed bag. Then they lose to Nashville, toy with their food against Philly, and we're all like, they're terrible greats. Wait, I don't actually know how to handle it. And then they go to San Jose. They start the California road trip. You know what? Let's build on the momentum of that win. That win against Philly, Scott Lawton, and oh my goodness, he scores a goal in this game. We're going to feel so good about ourselves. And what do the Sharks do? They beat the Leafs again, in the shootout again. Me and my big mouth. You know what? I didn't know that I had to take a 5.5-hour flight to watch a guy from my hometown kick the Leafs' ass. Tyler Toffoli, dude. What's your problem? I gotta tell you a story about Tyler Toffoli. I was doing a book signing at the Oshawa Costco. I was eating my lunch. No one was there. I was so embarrassed. A man in a Kings uniform shows up and he goes, "Hey, you're Steve, right?" I go, "Yeah, who are you?" He goes, "Oh, I'm Tyler Toffoli's dad." Because this is back when he played with the Kings. And he chatted me up for like 5 minutes. He was a very nice man. And then I go, "Do you want a copy of my book?" And he goes, "No." And then he walked away. I just keep getting owned by Tyler Toffoli. Owned? Tabulated by producer Nick's girlfriend because he can't do math. That's shameful. I can't either, bro. I get it. Who had the worst own goal of the season? Would any goaltender tend the goal? And would someone get hit in the We find out the answer to all of those now. I said Nick, what are you gonna do? Fire me? You have no power here. Yes! Yes? Oh yeah, baby, I love it. What do you love? They lost 7-3. Now you're not using your brain, man. This is chess, not checkers. What are you talking about? Okay, so the Leafs always choke at the end of series, right? Yeah. They're getting it out of the way early, man. Leafs in 5. Let me, you know I gotta do it. Let me get it. Think you know which way it's gonna go? LOL. Head on over to Sports Interaction. When the puck drops, it dropped at 7:30 tonight, by the way. 7:30. It would have been great if everyone noted that it was at 7:30. When the puck drops, Sports Interaction has you covered pregame, live betting on all major sports, and prop bets. Here's one that you should try for next game. How many things are going to make me mad tonight? Want to bet? Head to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN and download the Sports Interaction app, but only if you're 19 plus. Please play responsibly. And I'm glad I had that little bit of runway. This is already itchy. It's, well, you know, if they keep playing like that, it's not going to be itchy for long. I'm glad I had that little bit of runway to remind myself what not yelling sounds like. Because I'm about to do a lot of it. Now listen, it's not going to be yelling the entire time. It's not going to be yelling the entire time. It might be most of the time. It's not going to be yelling the entire time. There's going to be some clarity, some rationale in this video. But there is a time and a place for all of that. And that is not right now after I just watched the Leafs lose by 4 goals on home ice in a game we were anticipating all season. So before the rationale and before the clarity, let's get out the rage. How could they do that to us again? How do they do it to themselves? How do they do it? How do they do it? Kyle Dubas has the most befuddling job, and Brendan Shanahan and Sheldon Keefe, etc. They changed the personnel. They changed everybody. They changed the identity of this team, and they still Find a way! There are things. Isn't it so nice they don't do that anymore? Well, here it is. The Stanley Cup playoffs and the regular season. We've been talking about how it doesn't matter. Of course it matters. That's where you get home ice advantage from. And the Leafs have home ice advantage in this series, which is so important because the Tampa Bay Lightning have a losing record on the road. So let's go get it, boys. And old Galaxy Brain over there starts the third and then fourth lines who get their show run and are scored on within 90 seconds! What is the point? What's the point of home ice advantage if that's who you're gonna play in the first 90 seconds? It's in 18 seconds into the game when Anthony Cirelli put the Lightning up 2, and it was a near carbon copy of the first one! Cover the guy! Move him! Chiefs, if you take away goals that were scored against the Leafs in the last 3 seconds of a period, they might have actually had a chance to get back in this game, which is saying something because they lost by 4. But Nikita Kucherov from the spot, Nikita Kucherov is always in! Game notes! Game notes! Ah! Scores with under 3 seconds to go, and Tampa take a 3-0 lead into intermission, and the Leafs get booed off the ice. Now, people don't always know how to feel about that, and sometimes I don't know how to feel about that, and at the end of the day, you're a fan, you're a fanatic. Aren't you trying to help your team win? It's game 1, it's the first period, it's a long series. Act like you've been there before. They haven't been there since 2004! There was a reason for this. Dude, you cannot expect a building of 20,000 people who all paid a minimum of $500 to be there to sit through a 3-0 period from the road team in a playoff game when it's what they've been anticipating all season. They've lost consecutive games in the first round and consecutive series in the first round, and they haven't made it to the second round since 2004. You cannot ask fans already hoarse. You cannot ask fans to not boo in that situation. You stink! Get off the ice! And also we're gonna let you know about it. Boo! Now an early goal in the second period would start things off nice. That'd be great. Now it's not that early, but it's a little over 7 minutes into the second, and Cernak takes a totally needless penalty against Michael Bunting. I hope Bunting doesn't repay the favor later in the game. Wink. But the Leafs